Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology and it is so good to be here with you again today. Whether you are returning, whether you are a new subscriber, just so happy to spend this wonderful weekend with all of you. So today is October 26th and it is going to be a very spooky weekend for most of us here in the United States as we celebrate Halloween because it kind of falls in the middle of our work week next week. So I have a Halloween party I'm going to. I'm actually trying out something new and I'm going to be doing a tarot table and seeing if people are interested in doing tarot readings. So I plan to film some of it or at least try to get some photos for you guys. But I'm excited. I'm ready to start expanding into like one-on-one or live sessions. So we're going to be using the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle, as well as the Trick or Treaters Tarot deck. Kind of an interesting, but the pictures are beautiful. So I'm not a huge fan of the back cover art, but yeah, let's have fun. I hope that if you guys are going out, that you are safe, that you enjoy your time with your friends and family, and that you allow the side of you that is inherently connected to spirit and to maybe your witchy side to come through. All right, Pisces, let's see what spirit has in store for you today. We're going to pull 2 of these Moon Oracle cards, and I will read from the book as well. I hope you guys are doing well. First card we have, and I'll show you up close, is Success. Second is Centered. Bottom of the deck is Unity. Wow. All right, Pisces. So as we start off your reading, it looks like whatever you are putting into action, whatever you are desiring, whatever it is that you're starting to cultivate or starting to really get going in your life, there's a lot of success that is surrounding you. And a lot of the spells or manifestations, things that you've been putting out into the ethers are beginning to come pouring in for you, Pisces. So that's beautiful. We will read the book. And also we have Centered. And so what I see is all these different phases of the moon and you kind of just being within this cosmic cloud of allowing the phases to go by, the differences in how you feel from day to day to be felt and to be internalized emotionally, to go through the ebbs and flows of all of the different changes, seasons that you're going through in your life, and just understanding that as long as you remain centered, you have a self-care practice, you remind yourself that you are just a human here on this earth having a human experience, that your soul is what's important. I believe all the success is going to come into you even more. So Pisces, let's go ahead and I'm going to find Success. All right, so it says Moon Cycle, Envision Alignment. Use the moon cycles to synchronize and align yourself for success. Wait for the beginning of the lunar cycle. Right after the dark moon comes the new moon. This is when you want to set your goals and intentions and create your visions for your life and endeavors. Use energy from the waxing moon to be inspired. Put yourself into action and do the work that needs to be done. Seize the moment and use your opportunities. When the moon is full, it's time to complete your ambitions and celebrate your accomplishments. When the moon is waning, tie up any loose ends you may still have. Wind down and recharge your batteries. It says you can also begin to organize your thoughts as the next moon cycle is about to begin. The dark moon is upon you for a short time, and the new moon is right around the corner, ready to start fresh once again. If you pay close attention to the moon phases, this alignment will become second nature to you as a way of planning your success strategies and being close to Mother Moon. The intention for this card is inspire your mind with excellence in all shapes and forms in all facets of your life. So also, what I understand from that is, in order for you to be successful, Pisces, are you the type of person who has needed to maybe have a plan, to have a schedule, to have a routine? Are you tapping into the moon cycles? Are you doing your little rituals, writing down your manifestations, your spells, so to speak? Some of you may actually do spell work, and that's beautiful. I believe that there's an energy here that's saying, Pisces, your success is very much so also tied to the ethers. And in the same way that we see the phases of the moon here, and this talked about when to plan your day so that you're most successful, there's an energy here that Spirit wants you to know, I put these things in place for you so that you could be more successful. It's like hidden knowledge, right? Which is beautiful. I'm going to actually turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. All right, let's read Centered. All right, for Centered, it says focus, connection, and equilibrium. The moon's phases can be a tool to guide you in achieving balance in your life. Obtain a moon calendar specified for the current year and the hemisphere you live in, northern or southern. The cycle of the moon entails waxing, which is growing, and waning, which is decreasing. The new moon symbolizes beginnings. The slate is wiped clean, and you can start fresh by setting new intentions. During each cycle of the moon will wax and grow from a crescent to the gibbous phase. During this time, take your plan and put it into action, as this is the working phase. The full moon is now upon you and is very powerful. Bask in the fruits of your labor and intentions that you have brought positive results into fruition. Just as quickly as it came, the moon will now begin to wane, receding from full gibbous to a crescent. It is now time to wrap up all your projects, complete your goals, release, and cleanse. When the dark moon arrives, use this time for stillness, reflection, and contemplation of the past. The new moon will soon be upon you once again. You have yet another chance to start fresh and new. The intention for this card is to seek out the current phases of the moon, prepare, and have knowledge of its power. It is so funny because I've definitely read this book before, and I have never gotten two cards that were basically saying the same exact thing in two different ways. So again, I feel like Spirit is saying you have a project, you have a plan, you have an idea. And as long as you put some structure to it, and as long as you look at the phases of the moon and use the power of those phases, you're actually going to be more successful because you have this hidden knowledge. It will help you stay centered, it'll help you stay present, and it will bring more success to you. And Pisces, I have to grab a drink from my Halloween cup. I have a little hot chocolate in here, so cheers to you, Pisces. All right. And just a little from the Unity card. I feel like this is the time that Spirit wants us to all come together, especially from Pisces to Pisces, to unify this knowledge, to work in groups. We're walking into the age of Aquarius. It's time for you to get with other people who are on the same page as you, who have the same ideals as you, who has the same ideas, and, you know, really work with those people to unify yourself and to accelerate your goals. Because there's a lot that many of you Pisces are planning. And I'm really excited to see how these businesses, these moves, these accelerations in your everyday life begin to transform you. I wanted a fun reading and Spirit's giving me just that. So tell me, Spirit, what is it that Pisces is working on trying to become successful at? Page of Wands. The pages are always about exciting, expressive news, information. So you have something really exciting, Pisces, that you're working on. Whether this is a project, a passion, a hobby, an idea, there is something that Spirit wants you to just like focus on, have fun with it, because it's actually going to make you a lot of like abundance, whether in financial or in an emotionally fulfilling way. So this Page of Wands is kind of like a celebratory phase, a new beginning, a fresh start, a spark of something new. And I do see a creative energy within you. Whatever this is that you're working on though, Pisces, just make sure you have a good plan. What's challenging this Page of Wands, this project that they're working on? The Five of Pentacles. So some of you may feel as though right now you are not in the best financial space to be putting projects out there. Maybe you feel as though you don't have the funds, you don't have the resources, you don't have the setup, the camera, you don't have the I would say the subscriber count, whatever the case is, but there is still this energy here that spirit wants you to take action. They will come. The opportunity is there. When I'm looking at this picture here, I'm also seeing someone who might be afraid to walk into this house or afraid to really dive into this endeavor, but you never know what's on the other side of the door that's coming through. So even if you feel like you're not quite ready to put your ideas out there, to say, hey, I have this product, or I have this idea, I have this new way in which I want to market myself, or I want to be on this this social media platform, I want to start this blog, website, I have a product I've been working on for years. It's time for you to really get that off the ground. Spirit is saying success is all around you. What is Pisces' strength at this time? Don't be afraid of what's behind that door. Three of Swords. So I would look at this as an energy of you've had setbacks, you've had disappointments, and your strength is that you've learned how to get through them. You know that every single time you shoot your shot, it's not always going to work. But the strength is that you've become resilient. The strength is that you understand all the things that you have in your mind may not always take flight the way that you want. So you may even be going through a process right now where you're refining a craft, you're refining a detail in your life. You're saying to yourself, okay, well, if this isn't working, I think I want to try this. Or if that isn't working, I think I want to try that. And so the strength in the Three of Swords is the resiliency of being able to get back up again, to be able to move again, to be able to hold yourself accountable for the ups and downs that are a natural part of life, but to just move forward. I see someone who isn't letting the setbacks, who isn't letting the no's. Maybe you've also received some no's from employers or people that you've tried to work with or collaborate with. You're not letting that hold you back. You're taking it as a lesson and you're moving forward. Area of focus for Pisces. Area of focus. We got a couple of cards here. I'm going to take the ones that flipped. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Cups. The way in which you're going to be most successful, Pisces, is really in this energy of you becoming a teacher, really well known in the craft that you are pursuing. Also being someone who is very spiritually connected. So a lot of you, even if you are doing something like, let's say you're writing a book or you're starting a YouTube channel, right? Or you're putting out like a monologue, or you're directing a film, a short film, something like that. The spiritual nature and the spiritual basis upon which you build your platform, your stories, your creations is really going to impact the masses. I see this person sitting here and it's almost like he's telling all the kids about what he knows. Your knowledge, your wisdom is very important at this time. You're going to be looked up to, and a lot of people are going to be mentored by the things that you do. So keep it up and trust what you know, and also trust the knowledge that you're going to continue to gain. I also see here with the Six of Cups that there's an energy here that's asking for you to make sure that you give back. And in both of these particular cards, which is interesting, I'm seeing someone who could potentially be giving back to the younger collective, or who could be working with the next generation, but you are literally in the process of building that Ten of Pentacles, which is a beautiful energy here of your success, your prosperity, longevity, and literally just your financial stability in your material world as well is going to come from you giving back to the collective. And it doesn't have to just be to kids, but maybe people that know less than you, the less fortunate. We did have a reading a couple of days ago that did talk about also you here to be of service. So whatever this is that you're working on, where you are being of service to the collective, don't let any setbacks, doubts, disappointments that you've had in the past, fear, failure, lack of money, or resources, keep you from pursuing this, because there's something really valuable that comes from this. Again, success is all around you. Spirit wants you to just move forward. Take a risk on yourself. Do something new, like me today. I'm just going to set up my table and see how it goes in a new setting. Near future for Pisces. Your knowledge that you have to share is so valuable. 8 of Cups. So if you've had a lot of opportunities that have failed, you've had situations that just didn't really get off the ground, or you felt as though there was a person or a place or a situation that just did not suit you, I see you walking towards the big pumpkin, keeping your eye on the prize. These little situations back here, they weren't worth your time. They weren't in alignment for you. And I feel like right now, Pisces, as you walk into this phase of your life where you're putting yourself out there, where your projects are being, I want to say accelerated into like this platform where people can see you. You have to trust that even if there have been minor tweaks and adjustments that you've had to make to the past, the big pumpkin is the goal. And that's what you're going after. And don't give up on that just because things in the past have not worked out for you. They didn't work out for you for a reason. And again, I must say, it could have also been because your strategy wasn't correct. The people that you were working with weren't the right people yet. Okay? Recent past for Pisces. This is definitely picking up on a lot of entrepreneurial energy. For those of you that this will resonate with, I think it's going to be a smaller number of my regular viewers. But I asked Spirit, I said, give me a fun message today. Our messages lately have been kind of deep. The sun. I love that. So the recent past, you were really focused on you and what made you happy, what inherently gave you joy. And for some of you, I really feel this energy of it didn't really make sense to a lot of people and you stood out. Sunflowers could be important to you as well. Connected to the deity Oshun as well. Could be coming through for some of you. But there's this energy here that I see of like in the recent past, you knew in your heart of hearts that there was a part of you that wanted to pursue something that just gave you joy. Just allowed you to press into the success of your passions. Page of Wands. And even though it might not make sense to the majority of people, this is your pathway to monetary success and a really stable foundation, Pisces, as long as you're remembering to give back. And as long as you're out here to help the collective. It doesn't matter the setbacks you've had, the small pumpkins that just weren't worth your time, or just the projects that you've had to kind of like cross off along the way. They all helped you because you were going after the sun, something that made you happy, something that gave you joy. The sun is like emotional fulfillment. I didn't ask a question, so I won't keep that. But advice for Pisces? Queen of Wands. So Spirit is saying, don't play small. You have all that you need within you to be successful and to also conjure up your gifts. Send them out to the world and teach others what you know. Use your magic and don't be scared of being different. I want you to revel in what it is that you have to offer to the collective, because what you truly have to offer, it's going to start off in page energy, but it's going to blow up. And you're going to be a really powerful person who has a lot of, I feel like, followers, or you have a large, like you have notoriety about who you are because you believed in your ideas and you believed in yourself and you didn't let the setbacks, especially if the setbacks have been related to your home. Like maybe there hasn't been a stable home life for you. 8 of Wands wanted to kind of peek out. So definitely some forward moving action. But the Queen of Wands is really, truly like a witchy queen. So there's also this energy that you could just be a very witchy person. And you have a lot of that kind of power within you to cultivate that magic into your success. The Queen of Wands, I would assume, would be very connected to the cycles of the moon. Set your intentions at the new moon. Wrap things up at the full moon. exercise the gibbous and the it said the dark moon, the gibbous moon, the waning, the waxing moon. So really dive deeper into that, because you who are watching this and are connected, you are connected to the moon inherently. You could be a Cancer, but also in tarot, Pisces is connected to the moon card. So very connected to your intuition. This is a very intuitively led desire, business, craft. Your current environment, the world. You're going through a big transition right now, Pisces. I feel like you're ready to market yourself at a level that you haven't before. Some of you might be even traveling and gaining knowledge around the world. You may be sharing your information to the world. Very internet-based type of societies and collectives. And again, if you're into like social media, blogs, websites, if your product is about to go worldwide, this is an opportunity for you to really capitalize on that world market. And I see some of you changing location. That will be a way in which you can actually capitalize on a lot of this information as well, because that location, that home, that place that you reside, the energy that you also have there, that home base that you have, is going to help you to accelerate your projects. I'm going to move these cards down just a little bit so everything's level. I do have a little bit of OCD about it. All right, hopes and fears. Ten of Swords. You are not wanting to deal with any more just like foolishness, childlike behavior, people taking advantage of you, missed opportunities, people not taking you seriously. I feel like Pisces is not about it anymore. You're like, I don't care if you don't understand, or if you don't agree, or if you don't really want to patronize me. I'm just going to do this myself. I feel this energy of someone who's just built to be an entrepreneur. You're tired of the bosses. You're tired of the lack of clarity in your mind, being stressed, being tired, not having the support that you need. The Ten of Swords is about you getting to the end of the line. No one can really hurt you anymore. You're like, I'm going to just do this and be myself and put myself out there. Again, success is assured. All of those times when people stuck swords in your back, when you were declined, when you had to go through the trenches with work, maybe when you were also trying to figure out how to balance like a 9-to-5 with your creative projects. When you had partners and friends who said, you know, I just don't see anyone wanting to work with you or do this for you, and I just don't think that this is good for you. For myself, using myself as an example, I had a lot of family members who said, you know, this was of the devil to do tarot, but it's given me so much clarity within my life, and it's connected me with all of you, that even when I had to kind of like shelter myself away, and I had dealt with all the stabs in the back and the disapproval by family, I still chose to start the Tiffany Tarology YouTube and Instagram, because I knew that this was a calling I had in my life. So if you've dealt with something similar where you've just been put down time after time after time, this is a message for those of you that this really is a gift that you have, and Spirit wants you to capitalize on it, to look yourself in the eye and see how great and powerful and majestic you really are. And it's time to really put all that power out into this world and allow your success to be seen. What I'm also seeing here when I'm looking at this card is some of you will have a storefront, and some of you may have your items sold within like a storefront. If you've been trying to open up like a boutique, or I'm even thinking some of you could be working like with medicinal herbs. Maybe you're the type of person who works in like a tea shop, or you could be the type of person who sells body products, things like that is coming through. So don't give up. Some of you also like bookstores, publishers, that's coming through. Potential outcome for Pisces. Four of Wands. Spirit said, don't even trip. Chocolate chip. You are about to be so successful. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. This is a card of sweet success. This is a card of you showing up authentically and you receiving your reward, celebrating with friends, She's hanging up like this banner because it's time to celebrate her accomplishments. She's done so much. And now she gets to celebrate. And I feel like so many of you who also, maybe you weren't supported by past generations. I really do see children keep coming up in these cards. There could be this connection you have to future generations, and the impact you're going to have on them is going to be huge. Or I'm also feeling the energy that the generations to come are going to see the work that you do in a whole different light than the generations from far ago. The way in which people nowadays are and how we accept things, and even like the idea of like a witchcraft, a witchy woman, all of that, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. But if you kind of embody that energy of like witchcraft, wizardry, all of that, there's this energy here that it's going to be accepted. You're going to have a lineage behind you that can accept you for who you are, and you can celebrate those successes. So all those failures that you went through, Pisces, it doesn't even matter. You are going to walk through the gates of your heaven on earth, perfecting your craft, sharing your knowledge with the world, getting to your 10 of Pentacles, and truly being happy that you did what you needed to do. Because what I'm seeing here with these 3 cards, these are powerful cards. It's like you end up putting your magic out into the world, establishing a solid foundation of following for yourself, and you get to celebrate your successes. What I see is like, this is you on the new moon, really putting out all of your energy into like crafting what it is that you're trying to accomplish. This is you actually during that middle phase, during the waxing moon, where you're starting to see the people and the products and the alignments come in. And this is you at the full moon, truly being able to celebrate the success that you have had because you did the work. I love how Spirit put that all together. So don't give up. Even if you feel like you're only in that 5 of Pentacles state where you still don't really know, like, should you walk in the door? Should you do this? Will it work out? Maybe you're a little bit afraid of the competition of what could be out there. There's this opportunity for you that's going to start off really small for some of you. You may only have a couple hundred people that are behind you. Some of you, it may not even be that many. But it will grow. As long as the reason why you're doing this is because you genuinely love it. It brings you joy. And I really feel like that's the whole point of life, is to stop doing things that don't give you joy. Like this energy here of the 10 of Swords and also the 3 of Swords, those could have been like times when you worked at a job or you did something with your life where you didn't actually love it. You did it because you had to do it. Spirit is saying, I have the perfect opportunity for you. I have the people that want to come in and want to honor you. You're going to have a lot of love come in around you. And because of that, you're going to have a lot of prosperity that finds you. And if you believe that what you're putting out into this world is worth it, there's going to be so many other people that do as well. Trust yourself, Pisces. Trust yourself. And be honest about what it is that you want to do. Even if you feel like the world doesn't understand it or doesn't get it, keep pursuing that. But that's what I have for you today, Pisces. I hope this was uplifting. I hope that this resonated with you. And just continue to put yourself out there. Leave me a little Halloween emoji if you made it this far into the video. You can leave like a little ghost or a little pumpkin or a little skeleton, whatever you want, a little wand. And I will see you again tomorrow, Pisces. I love you very much. Bye, guys.